It's all the information you need to know. It is Saturday night with Mauranda and Joe.
I hope everyone really wants to know stuff. Because here we are. Microphones in faces.
In faces.
Yes. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm a guest here.
I know. And normally the guest brings the topic.
For real?
Yep.
That's new.
Okay, so here's a good one. What's a hot and not? So what's hot and what's not hot
Okay.
in your eyes? In just anything.
Like
My first hot and not, I do believe I picked, this was many episodes ago from Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe. Cousin's cheese curds. That was a hot thing for me.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's hot for you?
I don't know. I have to say coffee.
What, like
Figuratively
or like
no,
legitimately?
Like legit. Like, so you know me and my addiction to Starbucks.
Okay, but I do, but the listeners don't.
Well,
so please describe that.
Bad. Like, for sure. Sometimes probably more than once a week in the Starbucks drive-thru. Getting Starbucks.
But I think there's people out there who do that like daily, maybe a couple times a day.
But I mean, if you think about it, like how much coffee is at Starbucks,
yeah, as
well as how kind of unhealthy it is. Now I kind of switched some of my drinks, so it kind of seems a little healthy. Mm-hmm. But with how much it is, it's just easy. You just pull in, it's right there, especially before work. Great to, But I have to say, since I've given that up for Lent, it's been I've done great.
Good, great job.
Not stopped there once. It's almost Easter. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
So instead, I've
improvised
and picked somewhere else.
Really?
Now, I don't go there as often, but it is other options for me. So I haven't just given up coffee. I've given up just Starbucks. So like Collectivo.
Okay.
Great coffee.
Great.
They've got good coffee.
Great coffee.
Right.
Okay,
I don't know. That's what this is sad.
It's not sad.
Well, no. But
good
like
stuff.
The fact that it's like my hot, like I guess.
That makes sense.
All the time, it's just
something that I take for granted. That could totally be a hot for me.
I hope
I take it for granted.
Right.
So, but I guess when you take it away from yourself at Lent, then there you go. Then you're like, I gotta get some coffee somehow.
Right. I don't know. I think it's just I like the coffee setting. I like the little coffee shops.
Yeah.
I like going there and the smell of coffee.
So now you have been to Italy, right?
Yes.
How are the coffee shops over there in comparison to our coffee shops? And I mean our legitimate ones, not our Collectivos.
No, I was not at Italy.
I'm sorry, wherever you...
London.
Okay, London.
London and Paris.
Yes.
Yes, that's where I was.
Okay, so how do they compete? Or how do we compete to their stuff?
I think over there, like, espresso is, like, the go-to for everything. Like,
and they come in little cups?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, all the time. Like, espresso comes with everything. It's everywhere you go.
Okay.
So, I mean, if that explains... I don't know, but it's very similar. Like, the coffee shops around there are very similar. I think it's just you have a different type of culture over there, I guess.
Well, of course it is.
But
yes.
Are you talking, like, quality of the coffee?
Oh, that too. I was thinking more atmosphere.
Atmosphere. No, still, I think... similar, but I didn't go through a lot.
I mean, people just sit around eating baguettes.
Sometimes, yes. I mean, like the fact that like tea for two and like little pastries and macaroons and whatever are like popular. That's part of their menu.
Sure,
I guess it's not just like a specialty thing here that you don't normally get at coffee shops here.
Yeah,
but I don't think I went to enough coffee shops to make that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you went to more than I did. So
we'll do again. Hit up some more coffee shops.
That would be awesome.
That would be great.
That would be so great.
Do that.
Super great.
Yeah.
Super great.
Yes.
Okay, good. So what is not hot for you then?
What was your not hot?
Oh, my first not hot? Jeez, I don't know. I always forget not hots. Well, one that I recently had was I did not like, and it turned into a rant.
Oh boy.
I did not like the fact that the National Weather Service knew that a forecast was not going to be what they said it was, and they did not change their forecast. And then that came out later on. So that was one of mine. I'm not going to get into it again.
Right.
Check out episode, 19, 18, ladies and gentlemen, of Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe. But so...
Huh. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Uh-oh.
Can't really.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm not. I'm just... I don't... Maybe this weather. I just want...
What?
Yeah, well, okay.
Wait a minute, hold on.
No,
well, today it was gorgeous
hold on,
out.
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm
okay,
listening.
yes, it was very nice out. It's going to be gorgeous tomorrow. But I don't like the whole, like, here, let's throw a random snow day in at you. And, oh, wait, no, let's kind of be spring, but not really be spring. It's typical. It's typical of Wisconsin. I know.
Okay.
But you asked me what's a not hot.
I get it.
Not hot at the moment. My goodness.
I suppose. Thank you very much, though, because this does bring up a good point. Here I am. I'm sitting here with my significant other, and I'm asking you these things. And, of course, what do you do when you're in a relationship? You jump down each other's throats on what the other one's saying. So that's what I'm doing, okay? And I apologize.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
kind of reeling me in here. So, okay. Do you have a rant?
A rant?
Yeah. Now, this one I am allowed to do. Down your throat if I disagree, because that's what causes conversation.
That's what causes rants.
Well, right, that too, yeah, causes rants. Do you have a rant?
Not really.
Okay,
I'm
well,
just
that's good.
Right. I mean, maybe if it comes up.
Sure, there's a rant in there somewhere.
Of course you would know. Funny.
Okay, good. Well, then, this is typically then the point when we would read a news story. Do we have one sitting around here? Oh, you know what? This is interesting to me, maybe. Only me. I don't know. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen out there in Radio Land. I'm reaching across the table. This was brought to my attention by someone that I work with. This is what happens in the world we live in. There are great achievements that happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What if those achievements actually failed?
Okay.
You following?
Yeah.
This right here is what Vice President, of course, does not say. I think it would have been Nixon. Who? Could you help me out here? You got your phone with you?
Yeah.
I do believe. No. Would have been Johnson. Would have been Vice President Johnson. Basically, what I'm getting at here is the men who walked on the moon.
Okay.
Let's say that failed.
Yeah.
I do believe this is the speech that would have been said had it failed.
Really?
Yes.
So it was whoever was the vice president?
I think so. But it could also just be the president who says it. Regardless, it does not really specify. But here, I'm going to read it to you. This is July 18th, 1969. Good year. In the event of Moon Johnson. It was Johnson? Okay. You're allowed to say that, by the way.
Well, I didn't want to butt in.
No. That's what we do on podcasts. You just jump in and out.
Right. Well, you were just starting, so I didn't want to be like, hey, it was
fine.
this.
This is going to be a stumble-wumble here.
Okay.
This is typically what happens when I read a news story or a story in general.
I can read.
Everyone turns off their computers or whatever they're using to listen to this and then goes about their day.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a terrible reader. But anyways, in the event of a moon disaster, fate has ordained that the men who went to the moon to explore in peace will stay on the moon to rest in peace. These brave men, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, know that there is no hope for their recovery, but they also know that there is hope for mankind in their sacrifice. These two men are laying down their lives in mankind's most noble goal, the search for truth and understanding. They will be mourned by their families and friends. They will be mourned by their nation. They will be mourned by the people of the world. They will be mourned by a Mother Earth that dared to send two of their sons into the unknown. In their exploration, they stirred the people of the world to feel as one. In their sacrifice, they bind more tightly the brotherhood of man. In ancient days, men looked at the stars and saw their heroes in the constellations. In modern times, we do much the same, but our heroes are epic men of flesh and blood. Others will follow and surely find their way home. Man's search will not be denied, but these men were the first, and they will remain the foremost in our hearts. For every human being who looks up at the moon in the nights to come will know that there is some corner of another world that is forever mankind. Prior to the statement, the president should phone each of the widows-to-be. After the president's statement, so it would be the president, which would be JFK, at the point when NASA ends communication with the men, a clergyman should adopt the same procedure as a burial at sea, condemning their souls to the deepest of the deep, concluding with the Lord's Prayer. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, wow, that's something you have to prepare for.
Right.
You don't think about that.
Well, and I'm sure they
in the moment of glory
at that time.
I would, well, yeah.
Right.
I mean, even nowadays, they're talking about sending people to Mars. Granted, that's a one-way ticket, but I mean, there too, they know. I mean, maybe as a human being, though, do you think that there's always, I mean, there's obviously acceptance that you're not going to make it back, but is there always something in the back of your mind like, I might get back home? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because you have to have it that way.
Right. Otherwise, you wouldn't survive.
Right. You'd give up quicker.
Yeah, so I saw that, and I thought it was very interesting. So it's been sitting around the studio here. Have not gotten to it ever. But this is what happens when you don't have a topic. You just kind of look around, and next thing you know, you're reading the back of a Hall's Breezes Cool Berry drug facts, active ingredients in each drop. No? Oh, okay, we don't have to do that.
I'd like to hear you try to go through those ingredients.
I'm sure you do a much better job than I would.
Probably not.
No. Possibly. So what else is hot on the grill? Mauranda.
Prom is tonight.
Prom is tonight for our
Were you
alma
a big
mater.
prom goer? I know you're a guy, so guys think differently about that.
Well, I'll tell you what. When it came to the junior prom, I somehow was prom king.
Really? Somehow?
I feel like you should have known that.
I don't know if I really did.
Well, I feel like you should have.
Clearly. We need to go back to date 1, 2, and 3.
Uh-huh. My yearbooks are downstairs.
I may have vaguely remembered a picture of you in a crown.
Yeah.
But not enough to be like, hey, I'm dating the prom king.
Well, of course not. Who does that? Unless you're in high school.
Right.
But no one, I wasn't dating anyone at the time.
Oh.
That's one of the things, though, that, like, believe me, I want the kids, and I say kids nowadays, but I want them to have fun, like, enjoy it. Enjoy all of it.
Right.
It's a blast. But, like, it's such a big deal at the time. See, I was the class president as well, so I was organizing prom.
I knew that.
Okay.
Let's okay.
Jeez.
Let everyone know that I knew that.
Good, very good. Fantastic. I was organizing it. So, quite honestly, yes, I was on court, but the last thing I thought about was who's going to be king. I didn't even, until I was literally on the stairs, I was like, oh my God, someone's going to win king here, I hadn't thought about that at all. And then they said my name and whatever. But now being in the real world, I mean, the first year out in the real world, you learn that shit don't matter at all.
Right.
At all.
Right.
And I never put much weight on it to begin with, but at the end of the day, it was like what was going on, It was the thing. It's just like kids who get to be really good at a sport or something, which, believe me, I'm more than proud of, the accomplishments that they have at the age that they're in and stuff. But then keep your life going.
Right.
Don't just be like, well, I won this back in high school. Good to go. Remember that back in high school when I did that? No, you be successful then in your real or the rest of your life, because there's a lot of shit that's going to go down. Bigger challenges than whatever you're about to. Sorry about that little rant there. You were saying that it was prom night here in our little alma mater of Random Lake.
Well, I mean, like, first, did you go to prom all 4 years?
I did. I think I did. See, I can't remember. I know. See, I'm a social guy. So, yes, of course, I went to all the events. Dates, I don't think I had one in freshman year. I don't think I was allowed to. Sophomore year, I think I went with a group. Then obviously junior and senior, yes, I did. Senior year, I don't even think I made it to prom, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing other things. But whatever, that's cool.
So did you ever ask a girl to prom?
Yeah.
In a cute way, or is that not a thing back then?
Back then, it wasn't a thing. Like all these promposals.
Wow, I can't believe you just called it that.
Well, that's what it's called.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Ugh. No, we did not have promposals. I mean, I'm sure there were guys, I did not do like the roses and stuff and all that everything, but I didn't ask in a cute. I've probably like, hey, you going to prom? You want to go to prom with me? Can you go to prom? Do you want to do this or what?
oh my gosh.
No? How about you? Did you attend prom?
I did.
All 4 years?
Sure did.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did someone ask you, or did you ask someone? Or did you say, fuck this, I don't care?
Nope. I went with the same person.
Okay.
All 4 years.
Very nice.
1 year.
Even freshman year?
Yes.
Okay.
Homecoming was the only exception to that, but prom, yes.
Okay.
And 1 year, I made him ask me
You
in some way. I did, yes.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, I'm still pretty young yet where it was like cool to ask people in a cute way, or at least ask people. And so I told this person.
Isn't that how everyone does it, though? Isn't that, I mean, don't you have to ask?
Well, usually.
Unless you're dating the person, then it's like pretty much expected. Oh,
right.
You were dating them.
We were, right.
Okay.
And like how we started dating, it was never actually like a, do you want to be my girlfriend? It was pretty much like a, we're together kind of thing. So there was 1 year where I was like, you
I'm going to do this right.
Why don't you ask? But no, you know what? I lied.
Oh, jeez.
1 year. Okay, I went to prom with the... No.
Okay.
There was 1 year I went with someone else.
I'm doing the math in my head. Hold on a second.
Right, there was 1 year I went with someone else because he was on prom court.
Oh.
I don't know if we weren't together at that time. Honestly, I don't remember. But I'm like thinking back to pictures, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally matched this other guy. So maybe I went with...
I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
When I was on prom court, I was not dating anyone for real.
Right.
So
it's a little different.
It is.
Yeah.
But senior year, I do believe I was dating someone. I don't remember. No, fuck.
Senior year,
so long ago.
I was with Lexia. We went together, and Jacob actually brought us.
Really?
Jacob and me and Alexia. It wasn't as cool.
Okay.
We definitely were like, our boyfriends were older and out of school, so it was kind of the whole, they don't want to be here anymore, but they're trying to support their girlfriend.
That's very nice of them.
Yeah, so wasn't very cool per se.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's more fun to get dressed up and pick out a dress and do your hair and girly stuff.
Well, hey, man, whatever gets you through the old prom season.
I think the dance itself, homecoming, was way more fun than prom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. I always had a good time at homecoming. I even thought about this stuff in a long time, so it's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
I wish I would have thought about that. Good job. Way to go. So, what else is there in the world of Mauranda? You can't...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You can't... You have
I don't remember.
You're right.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I forget that you can't do eye
you have
movements or head movements or anything. You have to actually talk.
Yes. Yeah. This is not
okay,
TV.
So I shook my head no. Didn't know what else to talk about, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I mean, we can wrap this up.
Right.
This was a nice quick little ditty here.
It was. We'll have to do it again.
I'm
with
totally
more
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bringing a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. I mean, even just Jeff.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Krista too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure, definitely.
You just add a different atmosphere.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
Hear from Jeff and about his Shopkins, how that's all going. Every time I see a Shopkin, I think of him.
Oh, you do, huh?
I do. Uh-huh.
That poor man.
I know.
But
he seems to be kind of into him,
He
too.
is. He gets into weird things, though. But when it comes to Shopkins, I think it's one of the weirdest things ever.
Yeah.
I can get into trolls.
Okay.
I can get into...
She's more into animals, though.
She is.
Yeah.
And I could totally do that.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Rock and roll. This was a good little family talk here.
This was.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, didn't end in fighting or anything. Are good to go.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
We should do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the tagline then? What do we end with?
Tagline. You do taglines?
Well, it's basically ending with the same thing we opened with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my cue. Oh, okay. Now I gotta think. Oh yeah, it's all the information you need to know. Right?
Ooh,
That's what I said.
yeah, I do
Need
believe
or
so.
have to
Yeah.
know.
No, well, either one works.
Okay. And it's Saturday night with Miranda and Joe.
Yes, it is. Thanks, Miranda, for joining us.
Oh, me joining us together. You. And
Well,
me.
I mean the podcast regime that is
that
old
way.
school
that
media.
Makes sense. Yeah, because I'm sitting here like, oh God, who else is in this room?
Don't worry about it.
Stop it.
Don't ask any questions.
Hashtag paranormal palaver.
Yes, there it is. That's what we were bringing up there. Perfect. Yes. So please check out Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe, Paranormal Palaver, and thank you very much for tuning in to this very special edition of where I'm going to post it under Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe, and we're going to go with it. But it's going to be labeled Saturday Nights with Miranda and Joe. So take care, everyone. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Peace.